In the chill of the Washington winter, 4 outdoorsmen came to Capitol Hill to turn up the heat on an issue they feel passionate about.
I'm here because I care about the future of hunting. I care about the future of our public lands.
Each with a story to tell our leaders. A story that's important from coast to coast.
American public, people who hunt and fish, people who enjoy America's outdoors, they care about rare species. They care about a strong Endangered Species Act, and they care about habitat.
4 men united in a passion woven in the fabric of our nation.
For decades, hunters and anglers have been on the forefront of the battle to protect habitat that's protected endangered species.
4 sportsmen in the halls of power, united in a common purpose.
Hunters and anglers, not only in New Mexico but all across the nation, represent a large majority of the voting public. And I think our congressional delegation really does understand when we start standing up and voicing our opinions that we really want to protect the Endangered Species Act.
My name is Darrell Olson. I've been a lifelong hunter and angler. Grew up in Montana.
I'm Manly Fuller of the Florida Wildlife Federation, and I've been hunting and fishing since I was 7 years old.
My name is David Caruth. I've been hunting and fishing all my life, mostly in the bottomlands of the southern forest.
Hello, my name is Oscar Simpson. I'm the president of the Mexico Wildlife Federation. I'm a native of New Mexico, and I've been hunting almost all my life.
In offices across Washington, in the halls crisscrossing Capitol Hill, and in historic Senate briefing rooms, these 4 lifelong outdoorsmen came together to stop attacks on the embattled Endangered Species Act.
Hunters and anglers appreciate and love the outdoors in America. And the Endangered Species Act is one of our strongest conservation tools to protect what's important to all of us.
The message was simple. Hunters and anglers have a legacy of protecting our precious wild places. It started more than 100 years ago with Teddy Roosevelt and continues today with the Endangered Species Act, with their votes on Election Day, and with sportsmen's fees they pay that support wildlife conservation.
The Endangered Species Act grew off of that model. It's all been hunters have paid for these reintroductions. They've paid for this habitat.
Without a doubt, the commitment has paid off time and again. In the skies, coast to coast, in the valleys of Yellowstone, and in the bottomland of the White River in Arkansas.
And I want to tell you a story about some hunters that protected it about 40 years ago, that had they not, you would never have heard about the ivory-billed woodpecker.
Still, in the wake of the rediscovery of the ivory-billed woodpecker, despite the recovery of the Yellowstone grizzly, and even after the success of the bald eagle, the Endangered Species Act could face dark days ahead. But the passion for conservation in hunters and anglers is legendary. That's why these men came to Washington.
The Endangered Species Act is subject to revision, and we want to see that the Act maintains its integrity.
That's why many came to hear their story.
I think we're making our point today to our congressional delegation that the hunters and anglers really do support the Endangered Species Act.
That's why support for the Endangered Species Act is nationwide.
The Endangered Species Act is all about healthy habitat and healthy ecosystems, and it's a pleasure to work with you and my other constituents on these important issues.
And I just want to stress, not only nationally but in New Mexico, the hunters and anglers really appreciate your stance on the Endangered Species Act, and we're going to give you lots of support.
4 sportsmen, 1 message.
The habitats for these rare animals are the same habitats that people enjoy in many cases.
4 lifelong outdoorsmen shooting holes in an outdated myth one chilly day on Capitol Hill.
Unless you think that an Endangered Species Act issue is one that only a person that wears sandals and eats granola is interested in, you're more often to find that person wearing camo and carrying a shotgun.